Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am busting out the webcam for a little response to a vegan. I wanted to move away from this vegan stuff. I was actually gonna remove the videos in a couple of days. However, I received a response from a wrestling fan on here who happens to be a vegan. Her name is That Beautiful Punk. Doesn't sound conceited at all there, That Beautiful Punk. And she made a video trying to make fun of me and pretty much just talking shit to me there. So I am going to be responding to her. Now, I understand that lots of people are going to come at me in a white knight type of fashion. You're going to want to save That Beautiful Punk or whatever. And she attacked me. She came at me with insults. And I am simply going to respond in a, semi-respectful manner. I don't respect what she's saying, but I'm going to be respectful in this video. So, yeah. She started off by making fun or talking shit about my appearance. Which is what I said that vegans do. He's fat, he's on steroids, and she did exactly what most vegans do on the internet, which is acting like shallow motherfuckers and talking against other people's looks or whatever. Now, whether you think I'm very ugly or very fat or whatever, that has nothing to do with my arguments. You understand? And also, I agree with you. I am not a sexy boy or whatever. But in the beginning of 2015, I decided to take initiative and to make changes in my life. And since the beginning of 2015, so far, I have lost 85 pounds. Not by using a vegan diet or whatever. And I have to keep going. It's gonna take me at least 2 years to accomplish what I want to do, which is lose fat. And I've accomplished that so far. And then I want to start lifting a bit of weights, not to become a big guy. I'm not going to open a channel called That Beautiful WJ and start, acting conceited and talking about other people's looks there. But it's very easy to come at me right now when I haven't completed my mission of getting in shape or whatever. But come to me once I accomplish my goal, once I'm done doing what I want to do, and we'll see how tough you are when it comes to bashing my looks or whatever. Give me time to accomplish what I want to do. She said I am physically unhealthy. I used to be physically unhealthy, but as it stands currently, I am actually at a healthy weight when it comes to my height and body frame. I am no longer overweight. So you're wrong. And being skinny doesn't mean that you're automatically healthy. You can be what they call underweight and malnourished, for example. So just give me time and then come to me and we'll see how better you are than me when it comes to being in shape or whatever. She claims that eggplant burgers and zucchini fries are better than McDonald's cheeseburger or whatever. We all have the right to our opinion, but I strongly disagree with you. And I think that most people would disagree with you as well, but whatever. I said that eating meat is natural. She comes back and says that they put hormones in meat, blah, blah, blah. What she did there is called quote mining. She took a quote from my video and took it out of context, which is what weak people do when they try to debate. When I talked about meat being natural, I meant that it's a part of nature. Animals eat meat. Humans have been eating meat for 100,000 years and more. That's what I'm talking about. It's a part of Mother Nature, and you did not respond to that because you can't. When it comes to hormones added in meat, stuff like this, you can have organic meat, which is supposed to take out the hormones and stuff like that. And like my man Cornholio wrote in your comment section, they also modify, fruits and vegetables, shit like this, to make it bigger, stuff like that. So you can have organic food along with organic meat, which isn't going to contain hormones and things like this. I said that I need meat to be full. She made some type of unfunny joke about watermelons and potatoes. She's going to eat a full bag of potatoes for supper. Must be thrilling, must be very exciting to have just potatoes for supper, but to each his own. When I said that I need meat to be full, there's actually science that can back this up. Scientifically, they say that meat is nutrient dense, meaning that it's like taking a bunch of nutrients and compressing it into a steak. So when you eat the steak, which is jam-packed with nutrients, you're gonna feel full, as compared to eating a couple bananas and then you're gonna be hungry in 30 minutes. It's actually a scientific fact there that eating meat will fill you up more. You're gonna be full longer because it's nutrient dense. But I guess this girl doesn't know what she's talking about there. I talked about protein, how animal protein is better absorbed by the body compared to vegetable protein. And that is a scientific fact. You can try to make jokes or whatever the fuck you want to do, insult me, do what you gotta do. But it's a scientific fact that eating animal-based protein will be better absorbed by the body, and the body might not absorb vegetable protein as good, or supplements, stuff like that. That's a scientific fact. She talked about B12 and how she doesn't take supplements for B12. And that's actually very dangerous. According to medical professionals and science, if your body does not have B12, lots of bad things can happen to you, and it can even lead to dementia, which might explain some of your arguments there. But you should take supplements for B12. It is very dangerous of you to not take B12 supplements if you're a vegan, and way more fucking harmful to encourage others not to take B12 supplements because it can lead to major health issues. She says she has more energy than me, and I highly doubt that. I recently stopped smoking marijuana, and I am jam friggin' packed with energy, boy, I tell you. Today I did 2 hours of power walking there. I did an 8-hour shift at work, lifting boxes, climbing ladders, walking around and shit nonstop. I even did a little bit of weights when I got home, and I did this on 3 hours of sleep, so, you know. And she says, do you want to race? I actually did some track and field at school and stuff. And even as a fat guy, when I was almost 260 pounds there, I can probably run faster than you. Tell you what, if you see me at a wrestling event there, come challenge me for a race. We can bet, you know, $20, $100. If I win, you have to eat a steak. If I lose, I'm gonna eat fake cheese for a month. Do whatever kind of bet you want. If you see me at a wrestling event, I dare you to challenge me to a race. I will make you cry in your bowl of soy milk. You understand? Your tears are gonna fall all over that soy milk, girl, because I can actually run pretty fast. Never judge a book by its cover. Then she starts telling me what B12 is, and I know what it is. Just because you eat a bag of potatoes for supper doesn't mean you know more than me when it comes to nutrition. Okay, get over yourself. She then claims that I'm stupid pretty much there. I feel the same way about you, okay? Carbs and sugar doesn't make you fat. Once again, okay, do your research. Talk to real medical professionals. Carbs actually like turns into some type of sugar. You know, it does the same type of effect. So that's why lots of people don't eat carbs and sugar, because it makes you fat. Then she pulls out this chart, this pseudo scientific chart, claiming that we shouldn't eat meat. This is just vegan propaganda material that she just took from other vegans on the internet. Everything that she's using, I've seen it before, and it's been countered already by 1 billion people or whatever. But, you know, in real science there, humans are classified as omnivores. We eat meat and plant-based foods. It is what it is. Taking vegan propaganda material and, you know, pseudoscience that you found on a vegan website does not change the scientifically proven fact that we are omnivores that eat meat. It is the way it is. She claims using this chart that we're not carnivores because we don't have big carnivore teeth like the other animals or whatever. Just because animals have bigger chopping pointy teeth than us doesn't mean that we're not supposed to eat meat. No matter how beautiful you claim to be there, on the top and on the bottom of your teeth there, up here, down here, you have pointy teeth that are meant to chew meat. It is what it is, okay? You're an animal just like your fellow animals. We all come from a fucking common ancestor. We're all animals, and we, like many animals, are carnivores that are meant to eat meat. Well, we're omnivores, but you have those same teeth that your animal skulls have in your fake chart there. They're just smaller than the animals. I talked about how a pharmacist was frowning a bit upon me becoming a vegan, and that's the truth. And her response to that is that pharmacists are stupid. And her proof for this is that her sister works for pharmacists, and according to her, all the pharmacists are retards. Pharmacists have to go to medical school just like doctors. Okay, I would rather take advice from a pharmacist who actually knows what he's talking about, unlike yourself, compared to listening to pseudoscience and, vegan propaganda that you copied from Freely the Banana Girl and other vegans or whatever. Pharmacists actually know what they're talking about. She claims I tried to use a pharmacist to make my point look real. Basically, she's accusing me of using an argument from authority, and that's not what I did. All I did was say a real fucking thing that happened. That's what the pharmacist was telling me. He seemed worried that I wanted to go on the vegan diet. I'm not saying I'm right because of the pharmacist. It's just something that happened when I was talking to a pharmacist. And like I said, I would rather use his advice. I'd rather listen to real medical professionals instead of just taking clips from vegan propaganda videos like you did. What you did is use garbage science, pseudoscience, and you tried to use that as an authority type of argument. So, I said the body doesn't absorb plant protein as good as animal protein. She made an unfunny joke about that, but it doesn't change the fact that what I said is the truth. It's a scientific fact, and your boring joke does not counter what I said. I said Mother Nature isn't like Disney and animals get eaten. Mother Nature doesn't care if you like Bambi, blah, blah, blah. She took a tiny portion of that, pretty much just quote mining again. She didn't respond to the real argument, and she made another unfunny joke, again, which that doesn't counter anything. I explained clearly in more than one video that vegans do not actually help the animals who are getting killed in the factory farming industry. I said you guys aren't trying to change laws with the government to stop these factory farms. All you do is try to act hot shit on the internet like you did to me there, simply because you're vegan. Now, again, she did not respond to that, okay? Once again, because she can't. She said that eating meat destroys the rainforest. Most of that is because of factory farming. It could be done in a better way to protect the rainforest, but sadly you vegans are too lazy to change this shit because you don't actually do anything to stop this stuff. I haven't really looked into this. There's also arguments about how not killing animals would be bad for the environment there, but we all destroy forests, okay? You're in your apartment right now, right? The wood that is used to build your home or apartment, whatever, that used to come from a forest. You had to destroy a forest, which, you know, was inhabited by animals and insects, and they had to die so that you can build your homes. It is the way it is. Go outside, look around. Your city there, all the homes and the buildings, that used to be a big forest, and it was all chopped down so that you can have your home or whatever. We are all guilty of fucking up forests. It's just the way it is. It's, you know, human beings spread, we get bigger, we fucking chop down trees. It's a part of life, okay? And go take a drive in the country. You're gonna see forests. Then you're gonna see giant fields of vegetable crops. All of those fields where the vegetables are growing, that used to be forests. All destroyed so that you can get your plantains or frickin', you know, carrots or whatever. Lots of little animals were killed in the making of these fields. Blah, blah, blah. It is the way it is. You also destroy forests and shit like this. She says plants don't feel anything. Now here's my own motherfucking research. According to a scientific website there, according to the Institute of Applied Physics at the University of Bonn in Germany, plants release gases that are the equivalent of screaming in pain. This comes from real scientists there. Using a laser-powered microphone, researchers picked up sound waves produced by plants releasing gases when cut or injured. So when plants get chopped up and shit, they actually produce a sound and chemicals, and it's like screaming in pain, but their version of it. Although not audible to the human ear, cucumbers scream when they are sick, and flowers whine when their leaves are cut. So according to scientific research, you know, plants react in a negative way when you kill them and eat them. According to the University of Missouri in Columbia, plants can hear themselves being eaten, and they respond with defense mechanisms when they get eaten by insects. Apparently plants can communicate, and you know, when you cut the grass and you can smell the fresh cut grass and it smells good or whatever, that's actually, according to scientists, that's actually like a cry for help by the grass. They're releasing this smell there, and this apparently warns surrounding plants and grass. It's like, help, motherfucker, I'm getting chopped up here. Apparently that's what happens according to scientists, but I guess, you know, if you eat a defenseless plant that can't run away, I guess it's okay there, even though they release sound waves that shows that they're apparently in pain and they react negatively to being chopped up and eaten. You know, according to you, that's okay. I said that vegans are skinny, and to be fair, the reason that I mentioned this is because vegans are always talking shit about other people's appearance, just like she did to me. And she shows a couple of pictures of vegan bodybuilders. Like I said in my videos, not every vegan is guilty of everything that I mentioned. So pretty much not every single vegan is going to be skinny, but for the most part, they are. Look in the mirror, okay? And just because you show me a couple of pictures of buff vegans, that doesn't prove that they're all in shape. I can show you a billion women there that are way hotter than you who happen to eat meat. You understand? And quite frankly, you don't know if those people were meat eaters and they worked out for 10 years before getting their vegan muscles. Some of them can even take steroids. For example, Durian Ryder. I know that you know him because you're trying to copy his style and his pseudoscience in this video. He admits openly to taking steroids. And he's big like a frickin' toothpick, so I wouldn't be surprised if these vegan bodybuilders, not all of them, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of them, yeah. And she claims that these vegan bodybuilders can kick my ass. Number one, that's very mature of you there. Number two, how do you know that they can kick my ass? I'm not an internet tough guy. I think that shit is extremely lame. But you don't know me, okay? You've never seen me fight or anything like that. You don't know how I grew up or anything like this. So how do you know that any random vegan bodybuilder can beat me up? Just because somebody is a vegan bodybuilder, that doesn't mean that they can take a punch. It doesn't mean that they can throw a powerful punch. Having an arm this big doesn't necessarily mean that he can knock me out with a single punch. That's not how it works. Okay? She was depriving herself before being vegan because of calorie restrictions, and now she can pretty much eat as much fruit as she wants and she'll never get fat. And that is bullshit. When it comes to weight loss or gaining weight, okay, a calorie is a calorie. If you eat 5,000 calories of fruit and you don't exercise, let's say, you can get fat. Okay, that's just a fact. Fat is bad pretty much. She's talking like a smart ass when it comes to eating fat. And you actually need fat. Your body needs that shit. That's why vegans are gonna take supplements to replace the fat and stuff like this. She also said, I believe, that eating butter can, get you a heart attack. I'm not sure if it wasn't clear what she was saying, but if that's what she said there, eating butter can give you a heart attack if you eat a bunch of it. But eating butter in moderation, eating red meat in moderation can keep you very healthy. You just don't go overboard with it. Being a vegan is going to make you feel super duper. You're going to have a ton of energy. She's way more athletic than every meat eater or whatever. And I've heard from a lot of former vegans that they became vegans, and for the first while they felt super duper just like you. They were jam-packed with energy, but after a while they friggin' crashed. So just because some vegans are gonna claim that they're the most healthiest people on the planet doesn't make it true. It doesn't work for everybody. Okay? And I talked about how, according to vegans, having pets is wrong. And that's what they claim. And she shows that she has a dog. I personally don't care if you have a dog. I have a cat, and he's much, much more cooler than your cheap ass dog there. Okay, the wrestling cat pounds and owns. But according to your vegan dogma, according to you guys, having a pet is wrong. That is what vegans claim, and lots of vegans are going to say that you are not a real vegan because you have pets. Now, do you feed your pet dog food which contains animal products? Because if you do, you would be a major hypocrite. Okay? And if you don't feed him meat products, if you feed him a vegan diet, according to many people, vets and things like that, they claim that giving dogs a vegan diet is actually animal abuse, because you're not giving him what he truly needs to survive. So, you know, she says that I should try to become a vegan. She's disappointed that I didn't try it longer. I should actually do it for longer than a week or whatever. If I would become a vegetarian, it would be because it would be my choice. Certainly not because you're telling me that I should, because you're not qualified to tell me jack shit about what I can and cannot eat. Okay? But I don't want to become a vegan because I don't want to become a conceited bitch with a bad attitude. Hint, hint. So there you go. Have a nice day. Your video was a rip-off of Freely the Banana Girl, which makes you a poser. It was very unfunny. And I noticed you have footage of animals getting killed and tortured in your video, and you are making money off of that. You have ads on your video where animals are getting killed. So you're profiting off of dead animals, girl. So I find that a bit hypocritical. Alright, until next time. Peace!